2 years ago, I couldn't walk. 2 days ago, I ran a half marathon. What happened? Well, 2 years ago, October 5th, 2023, I had a brain bleed. I had something called a subarachnoid hemorrhage. Out of nowhere, man down. Hospital, ICU for 3 days. Hospital, total 9 days. Should have been in there longer, but I had to check myself out. I had to get home. I needed some home comforts, away from all the hospital noises and getting my blood taken every day. And even though I couldn't walk and they took me out in a wheelchair and I could hardly get into the car, into the taxi, because of the spasticity in my body, that's when you're super stiff because your brain's fried. So all the way down to your spine and everything, it reacts, you get really stiff. Your membranes or whatever, I don't know. Google it. But, and I couldn't walk for about 20 something days. Big shout out to my brother-in-law, Peter G, he is a G. He came and rescued me. He was on a business trip in Chicago. Took a detour, flew to LA, got me out of the hospital. Even slept with me for a couple of days. So he slept with my sister and he slept with me. Wow, good work, Peter. But I digress. 2 days ago, I ran a half marathon. So this is what you can do when you use sublimation. By the way, if you're new to this channel, these videos are basically, I make these videos to help people. I'm documenting my life. I talk about stuff I like. It's pretty random. I'm a storyteller by heart. And yeah, I hope you get something from it. Please like, subscribe, share the love. But I digress, let's get back to sublimation. So sublimation, we take the bad and we make it into good. We take the negative and we make it into positive. And when I was in that hospital, the first ICU, they thought I had a heart block and they were gonna put a pacemaker on me. All I was telling them was, tell my daughter I love her. Tell my daughter I love her. Making sure everybody knew to tell my daughter I loved her. That was the only thing that was on my mind. And that's what you need to do right now. If you're in a dark place, if something bad's going on in your life and you feel like, metaphorically, you can't run, you can't walk, never mind run, you can't even crawl. You've got to get a reason. You've got to get a reason. You've got to get a why. It's so important. Get a why. It can't all be about you. For some reason, we're wired that way. I remember when I've done therapy, I've done talk therapy a lot, and I remember my therapist, we were going through some issues and why I was giving it too much Mr. Nice Guy and not treating myself well in interactions. And she said, well, what would you want for your daughter in these interactions? And I remember it was so crystal clear at that point. I was like, oh, that's easy. I know exactly what I'd want her to do, want her to say, the standards I'd want for her. So, you know, you can spin it till you win it, spin it till it makes sense, and just get into movement, get started. You know what I mean? Fake it till you make it. And what I found is accountability is a superpower. So what happened to me is about 3 months ago, I'd started saying yes to things in my life. Since the brain bleed, I'd started taking more chances, even more than usual. And there's so much I could say in this particular share, but I just want to go to, I think, a higher power that I choose to call God. He sends brothers and sisters to give you signs, and then it's up to you to know them and to take them. I suggest not being distracted by things like overeating, PORN, gambling, drinking, drugging, too much phone, too much Netflix, and you will see them, and then you've got to take advantage of them. And one of these came as a person who was from Belgium, and I met him in a hostel in Barcelona, and it was just their example, and I thought, I like that. We were birds of a feather, you know, birds of a feather flock together. We were cut from the same cloth, and he was signed up to do a marathon. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna do the marathon. And do you know what he said to me? He said, if you do the marathon, I'll run it with you. And this guy's a great runner. I'd seen he's an athlete, you know what I mean? You don't need to run no marathon with me. And yeah, just because of that, I can't, we can. And then I had that accountability and I signed up for it and I started running. I started running every day, no matter what, because I had to, because I had this goal, I had this marathon. I'd never been a runner, ever. I think in my life, up until 2 months ago, the furthest I'd ever run was something like 7 or 8 miles. I'd done that one time and extremely slowly. So I've been on it no matter what, no matter what. Bought some shoes, started running, got my little Garmin watch. One thing leads to another. So before I knew it, I'd signed up as well. Big shout out to my little brother who's a big runner. And it just never appealed to me, even though he was doing it and my dad was a runner, not interested. But he sorted me out. He saw me taking action, and this is what happens in your life. When people see you taking action, the universe, right? The universe digs action. I don't know what it is. And when people, places and things see and feel you taking action, little angels show up with little directions and cues. And yeah, my little brother, he was like, look, get yourself a Garmin watch, get yourself on Strava, it's free, it'll give you a training plan, here's what I did right, here's what I did wrong. Amazing, you know what I mean? These little angels show up. Just have faith, that thing called faith. So 2 days ago, I ran the Long Beach half marathon, Viva La Vida. It's on my I don't have Facebook, Instagram. Instagram's the same as my YouTube, at Jazz Martin Pro. And go on lad, tuck in. And yeah, because I signed up on the marathon, all of a sudden I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna drink because that'll give me a better chance. Oh, I'm gonna eat better because that'll give me a better chance. And I'm gonna practice semen retention because apparently that's what boxers do before they have a fight, etc., etc. So all these things, one thing leads to another. You know what I mean? You can get momentum to the light or you can get momentum to the dark. It's your choice. That's where free will comes in, you know? So yeah, I got my PB, got my best ever time. I'm running the marathon in Malaga, Spain, December 14th, and I'm just blessed to be on this planet. I highly recommend, I'll leave it here, I highly recommend not being distracted. I'm doing lives every day around 6 or 7 p.m. LA time, and they'll be set up every day so you can see them. And I'm just talking about this journey that I'm on right now, a spiritual Ironman. So what I mean by distractions, I mean not aligned to a frequency. You know, like when people, you know, there's that saying, the truth will set you free. Well, think about it. When you're on a lie detector test, you vibrate differently, don't you? And so we're frequencies. And if you think about it, when you're doing wrong, or you're saying wrong, or you're acting wrong, it's a frequency. So vice versa, when you're doing right, when you're saying right, your frequency is different. So that means you're going in 2 different directions. So I think when you're telling the truth, when you're less distracted, you're in the direction of a higher power. You're in your authenticity, you're aligned, and you will be on the path. You will be your true self, your authentic self, and that means you're going to be happier. A lot of people in this world say, I want to be happy. Well, I'd say, get aligned, leave the distractions, and yeah, let your example shine so you can be a beacon and light for others to find theirs, to shine theirs. Oh, let's get a song. I always like a little song. With that, here's one for John Lennon. And we all shine like the moon and the stars and the sun. That's it. They had it right, didn't they? Those Beatles. All right, until the next video, thanks for watching. See you on the live. Va con Deus.